life is about the journey. It's all about the journey. Completely drenched from head, wind through my hair, man, shades on. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive, man. So this is what we're using for our refrigerators. Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. It's another absolutely beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm excited about it. And the water is, I call it CCW. The water is CCW. Clear, calm, and warm. It's absolutely amazing. Man, you can see so good. I've been swimming today. You can see so clear under the water, man. I see schools of fish. You can do some snorkeling here. You can, man, it's just a beautiful day, man. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you to my subscribers. I really do appreciate you all. You are the best. I have the best subscribers in the world. And if you're new to the page, welcome. I appreciate you also. But today I'm going to talk about our first 4 months living in the DR. And man, it was a roller coaster. It was, oh man, it was something. It was definitely an adventure. That was for sure. It was definitely an adventure. We had sent our possessions here on a container. So we put it on the ship. It got on a cargo ship and it went from Miami or somewhere, trying to make its way here. But it was supposed to be here like within 2 weeks after we were going to arrive here. So we tried to time it up. And we want to make sure that we're there to receive it. And we don't want to be without our furniture for too long. So we timed it up, we thought perfectly. And so we want to make sure, hey, is it going to be there? You expect it to be there in 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. That's about the normal time that it takes to get from Miami or wherever in Florida, Jacksonville, to the DR. We say, okay, great. We're going to go ahead and make the trip. We're going to go ahead and get there, be waiting on it, be settled in, and all that. But 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks, 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Now it's a month that passed by and we still don't have our container. So I'm calling the guy like, hey, what's the deal? Like, what is going on? Like, where's our stuff? Can you track it? Like, I know things happen, but like, can you give us like an update? Because, I'm taking your word for what you said. And let me jump in. Hey, let your word be your bond. Now, I know things happen. You can't control all the situations, but let your word be your bond. If you say you're going to go somewhere or you're going to go to a function, go to the function. Don't cancel. You know how people like to cancel. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. If you were that person or if you are that person, change. So I'm like, hey, man, like, I trusted you, dude. Like, I mean, if you thought it would have been 2 months, let me know. That would have been fine. But so, okay, a month passed by. 2 months passed by. 3 months passed by. Yeah, so I am fire hot, But you got to control yourself. You got to control yourself. So there's nothing I can do at this point. It finally arrives 4 months later. Yeah, 4 months later, it finally arrived. Got different emotions going on. I'm mad, but I'm happy. Because at one point you thinking like, man, is our stuff ever going to make it? Like, is it not where he said it's at? I know he's saying it's at one place. It's in Panama, in the Panama Canal. Like he's saying it's there for 2 months, but is somebody in Colombia or Panama, or do they have our furniture? Are they watching our TVs right now? Are we going to have to go out and spend money and furnish 2 places and, come up with some money somewhere because we didn't have the money to furnish it again after we paid for the shipping price. So we're, concerned like, did we get scammed? That's what's running through my mind. Like, did we get scammed? Like, what's really going on? It finally arrived. It came to Santo Domingo. It went through customs. I had to go down there to customs, go pick it up. It gets delivered. The guys, bring everything out, and everything is in order. Everything is there. Nothing's missing. None of that stuff. So, I'm excited about that because, man, it could have been worse. But so during these 4 months, like we came here, we had like 4 or 5 check-ins with us and 2 carry-ons each. So we had quite a bit of luggage when we came here, but we had a blow-up mattress in there. We had our, most of our clothes and all those things. And man, so we were sleeping on a blow-up mattress. Yes, we slept on that blow-up mattress for 4 months. Yes. Man, shout out to my wife because she was a trooper. She didn't complain too much, but we slept on there for 4 months, and for the first 2 months, it was all good. The mattress, we got used to it, but after the first 2 months, it started to leak. It had a slow leak. Yeah, it had a slow leak. So I was like, look here, man, we got to be careful on, we got to be careful on some things. Let's just leave it at that. But so it developed this slow leak, and it started going down, and it eventually got to the point where by the time we were waking up, we were pretty much almost like on the concrete. Like waking up on the concrete is what, woke us up sometimes. So this was like 3 months later. So we were like, yeah, they do sell, we found they do sell air mattresses here at some of the big stores. So they do sell air mattresses. We could have went out and bought one, but we were still, clinging to hope, Now they are a little bit more expensive than in the US, like $100. So we were holding out hope, but it didn't get to the point where we had to go out and buy one. It was very close. Don't get me wrong, it was very close to the point that we got to go out and get something else. But at this time, we didn't have a couch. We didn't have a couch because we had two places. We have two places here, but the other place was already rented out. It was already booked for the winter. And so, we were thankful for it, but we kind of wish we had that place to go and crash at. So we didn't have our couches. We didn't have our TVs. We didn't have a table. We didn't have chairs. We didn't have a refrigerator. Yeah, we didn't have a refrigerator. So that was rough, man. We had to, we went out, we bought like 2 plastic chairs, like patio chairs. We bought those to sit on. And we bought 2 different coolers. We bought 2 different coolers. We bought like a little cheap styrofoam white cooler that you can get at Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, one of those little plastic styrofoam coolers. We bought that. We bought like a hard shell, cooler that you get at Walmart or whatever. But the hard shell cooler, it just would not keep anything cool. It is absolutely terrible. I mean, you put a bag of ice in there, and like 30 minutes to an hour later, it's melted. But that styrofoam cooler, it kept the ice in there all day. So this is what we're using for our refrigerators or refrigerator. We're using these 2 coolers. Yeah, for 4 months. Yes, for 4 months, we're using these little styrofoam coolers, like about this big, not big at all. And we're getting bags of ice every day. I mean, we probably could have went out and bought a refrigerator, but it would have cost, I don't know, $400 or $500. So we were just still keeping hope, like our container's going to be here next week. Our container's going to be here next week. So we're just keeping this hope. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive, man. But so this is what we're using. We got these little chairs. We got a little cooler. And by this time, we had already had our cable set up before we got there. So we had the cable set up, internet set up. So I saw that there was someone selling a used TV in by eBay for like $50, like a 32-inch. I'm like, all right, cool. And she said it doesn't have a remote. So it doesn't have a remote. So I go down and I talk with her. I buy it for like $35, something like that. I don't know, 2,000 pesos. So I get this TV and it come back and it plays for about 2 hours and it just shuts off. I can't believe she got me. I'm gonna have to find this girl. Like, I don't know where she's at, but I'm gonna have to find her. So I unplug it, plug it back in, and it plays for like an hour and it shuts off again. So I'm really kind of mad now, I ain't gonna track her down over $35. I'm gonna just talk it up that I got scammed. But we kept watching it, and it eventually got a little bit better where it would stay on like for a solid 2 hours or sometimes 3 hours. I probably shouldn't have been watching that much TV anyway, 2-3 hours, but we had that, and we set this little TV up on the plastic cooler that really didn't keep anything cool. So we had a little food in there, but we would set this TV up right on top of that. We would sit down in our plastic chairs and we would watch cable. So we were happy. We were evolving. We were coming up. It's a small thing sometimes. So we got these 2 chairs. We have these little coolers, these little refrigerators. Now we got a TV, And we use the remote control from the our cable to like flip the channels, and then we just turn the volume up by hand. So we're coming up. Like I felt like, okay, this is an improvement. Like we're progressing a little bit. Still waiting on our container to come in. Now let me back up a little bit. When we first got here, we did rent a car for 2 weeks, and we were able to go do some things. We were able to travel a little bit. We actually went out. The first week I went out and bought my scooter. That's good for 2 people, or 3 or 4. But we got the scooter, so I made sure I had some type of transportation that I wouldn't have to depend on the Guagua/bus, or I wouldn't have to depend on renting a car all the time just to go to La Romana, go to the big city, because Bahia is very small. So during these 4 months, I was using the scooter to travel back and forth, different places, going to La Romana, going grocery shopping, going to Igwe. Yeah, 40 minutes away on that scooter, just riding, having the time of my life. Wind through my hair, man, shades on, helmet on, like just riding, man, looking at palm trees, beautiful weather during the winter time. So it was, hey, I was just living, man. It's baby steps. It's baby steps. As long as you're taking steps forward, as long as you're progressing a little bit, that's always good for you. That's always motivating. It always release endorphins and all that stuff. It always encourages you to keep going. So it was just small steps. Even though we knew that we had this container coming, we knew that we had hope for that, but it was still, we took small steps just to make life a little bit more comfortable for us. Besides the air mattress. Air mattress was something else. It was just a journey. Like it was just a journey. And now that I look back, like everything came in and it was all good, man. Thankful that everything showed up and everything was in order. We didn't really have anything broken or missing or anything like that. But just to look back, man, look on those 4 months and to see how things are now. Like our place that we live in, it's still not perfect. We still got renovations that we want to do, that we're doing, but it's not perfect. But it's so much better than what it was. Like, from sleeping on that blow up mattress to having our like not a sleep number, but like a sleep number quality bed. I still, sometimes I have to remember how it was the first 4 months and how some people got it even now. Like some people have it worse than that their whole lives. So you have to be thankful, you got to be grateful, all those things. You have to be those things, because there's nothing like gratitude and being grateful. Nothing like gratitude and being grateful. And right at the end of the 4 months, I'm on the Pesola. I'm doing my weekly grocery trip to La Romana. Going in with my 2 backpacks, filling them up with groceries, with bags in my on the floorboard, in between my feet. Got bags on the floorboard. In this particular time, I did have a pizza. Like I normally got a pizza, so I got a pizza. Had the pizza box in this hand. I'm driving with this hand. I mean, this is how it is. So I got the pizza. I'm driving. Got through the city. Now I'm on the highway, and I noticed that it's starting to get dark. Like the clouds are starting to come in. The sky's getting dark. I know there's rain in the future. It looks like it's headed my way. It looks like it's headed this way. I only have a little time to get back to Bahia eBay. The grocery store in La Romana to Bahia eBay is about maybe 30 minutes on the Pesola, because it only goes about 65 miles per hour. So, and you have to ride like on the side of the road. You have to ride it on the side of the road, So I'm riding and I'm like, man, I got it pinned down. I got the hammer down, and there's no traffic. I'm getting on the highway. I'm getting on the road, and I just got it hammered down. I'm tucked down. I'm trying to get the best miles per hour I can get. I'm trying to creep up towards 68. I'm doing everything I can to get back before I get drenched. But halfway back, man, the bottom completely drops out, and I'm getting soaked, and it's like bullets hitting me. I can't see anything. I got one hand on the steering wheel, one hand on the handlebar, one hand holding the pizza. Like it's rough. Like this is not going to happen again. Like after this one, this is the last time this has happened to me. You know, they say never because you never know. But like, if it's up to me, this is going to be the last time this happens. So I sit there and I let the heavy part go through, but it's still raining and I still got this pizza and this box is soggy already. So I get back on the road and I fight through it, you know, get through the rain and I get back to Bahia eBay completely drenched from the head. Like the only thing that was dry was like the top of my head where the helmet was. Other than that, there was not a part on me that was not wet. Very next day, I was back down at the new car dealership. The very next day I was down there like, hey, I had already been down here. I got the prices. I know which one I want. 4 months in, after that, I was like, no, this is, if we're going to get one, like this is the time. Go ahead and get it. Be done with it. One thing is safety. You got to be safe because, hey, riding in the rain, one hand, pizza, backpack, front and back, groceries down here. No, people drive crazy here already. So, and you're already on a scooter, people drive crazy. Okay, let's just go ahead and get the car. Go ahead and get it. Be done with it. And man, that was probably the best decision I made. To go ahead and get it done. Go ahead and get the car. And now, look here. Now we're going shopping. It rains. Guess what? Got the windows rolled up. Might have the AC on, but we get back, it's all good. So the first 4 months was just a roller coaster, but now that I look back, you can always take positive, you can always grow from it, you can always be thankful and grateful and be appreciative of the journey because life is about the journey. It's all about the journey. I don't care where you end up at, what's your goal, it's always a journey. It's always about the journey until we leave this place. But that's it, man. It was rough, but I think what really got us through it was just the excitement of being in a different country, being away from home, trying something new. It was an excitement about it that kind of got us through it. We're still on the journey. As long as we're on this planet, we're still on the journey. That's it. That's the first 4 months. But guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Please watch out for coconuts. Peace. I'm from the US, I'm not used to this. So the next day back at the new car dealership, hey, let me go ahead and get this one. The one I was wanting is still here. Let's go ahead and do it. What do we need to do to get this deal wrapped up and all that? So the next day, we had a car. The next day, we had a car. That wasn't going to happen again. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I never say never, but, I was like, nope, got to get this car.